External Affairs Minister Dr. Jaishankar has met with his Chinese counterpart Wang Yi and discussed the state of relationships between India and China. Calling the state of relations quote-unquote not normal, Dr. Jaishankar stated that both the leaders have been meeting fairly regularly since 2020 and there are some pending outcomes. He stated that India and China have to find a way by which the line of actual control is respected and peace and tranquility are ensured in the border region. Talking about their meeting, Dr. Jaishankar further said that both sides need to make a push and find a way by which they can deal with issues that have been pending for some time. The meeting comes amid the ongoing border standoff in eastern Ladakh. Sanjeev Srivastava, International Affairs expert with us on the broadcast. Mr. Srivastava, what do you make of the details that have been shared by the External Affairs Minister regarding his meeting with his Chinese counterpart?
Well, I think, Devika, this is yet another significant meeting between the foreign ministers of India and China. And such interactions are going on very much. And there have been a series of commander-level talks as well as the talks at the level of Ministry of External Affairs. And this engagement dialogue with China is continuing. And India is never shied away from having dialogue with China. That, in my assessment, must go on. But it is also a reality that India-China relationship at this moment is not normal. And that has been very clearly stated by our External Affairs Minister, Shri Jaishankar. Until the time China takes concrete steps on the ground to resolve those pending issues on India-China border areas, I do not think that this relationship is going to be normal. And I think ball is on China's court. China will have to honor the words which they have promised in those interactions, those meetings which they had with us time and again. And China has not taken yet the concrete steps on the ground to resolve those issues of abnormal situation, incursion situations. So I think this meeting is yet another meeting between India and China, and I hope that China will take some concrete steps on the ground. And as I said, and I'd like to reiterate the fact that till that time China takes that concrete steps on the ground, situation is not going to be normal between India and China. But last point I'd like to say, Devika, that both India and China, both are the two largest populated country in the world, and they are neighbors to old civilizations. And there must be always an engagement between the two sides so that there is no greater misperceptions or miscalculations. Obviously, both the countries are nuclear powers. So I think this kind of engagement and dialogue is essential to maintain the strategic communication at least. But if India and China, there has to be a normal situation prevailing between the both sides. For that to happen, the incursion situation, the abnormal situation on India-China border areas will have to be resolved. That must be resolved. And till the time that happens, till the time China takes that concrete steps on the ground, I do not think that the situation is going to be normal. That is what the reality is.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.